All gas, we don't touch brakes. All gas, we don't touch brakes.
Today, we're examining the one and only grandson, aka King Vaughn, aka Hitman. And I told you from the beginning, everybody who was complicit in having a hand in this death will meet your demise one way or another. Because the way that it went down, that wasn't no street shit. That was some snake shit. That was some old staying famous shit. Some hoe shit. And you hoe ass nigga, you know for a fact if I come anywhere near you, that's gonna be the end of you. Game over. Just out of respect of his daddy, my sensei, I gotta fulfill that wish. You punk ass out here trying to act like you a real street nigga. Playing both sides of the fence. So when the shit hit the fan for real, you did what whole niggas do. Throw rocks and hide your hand. So you played the only card that you had to play. Some real Jay-Z shit. But you played the wrong soul, nigga. His spirit will never rest until you over on the other side too, player. And nobody's gonna be able to save you from the inevitable. When you do dirt, you get Durk. Grandson was getting ready to expose your punk ass for the real Buford that you are. So to avoid that embarrassment, you played your Illuminati card. But I refuse to let that shit ride. See, the real niggas in the streets of Chicago know that you a snitch. You been a snitch. But niggas was willing to turn a blind eye because you was blowing the city up. And you finally put a real nigga on. But you turn your back on the realest niggas that you know. All for the fame, boy. What profits a man to gain the whole world but lose his soul? And you've been soulless for a long time, sucker. It's only so long a fake dog can pretend. And your time is almost up. You wouldn't allow grandson to tell the truth about your soft ass while he was living. But that's cool, cause he gonna destroy you from the spirit world.
Show me the world card, okay? Something about some sort of communication, something being said on the internet, something happening on the internet that is the cause of his own demise. Contract. Who is putting the contract on him? Who put a contract on him, bro? Just show me man holding a heart, man holding a heart. Usually this would represent like a water fire sign or a sensitive ass nigga. Something being said on the internet.
Oh, niggas telling them, Kenny, baby, you niggas steady telling and expect a motherfucker, you know, cause I'm talking to you, telling me, man, you telling me, I found out you telling me, I'm gonna treat your way like you telling me.
You a snitch!
I never told him nobody. It's not okay to tell. I never told him nobody. I would never. Ever, no matter what. Never told nobody, ever. In my life. We different. I'm happy for I'm doing all this. I'm not bad to myself. She's putting in there. But I had to drive my mouth there. I never tell you.
Little Durk appeared in court where a judge ruled there was enough evidence for him to go to trial. Channel 2's anchor Lori Wilson is live near where the shooting happened, near the Varsity, and Lori police say they have video evidence in this case.
Topeka APD says they used at least 5 cameras from local businesses, including this BP, as well as from the Varsity across the street in order to build their case against Lil Durk and his co-defendant. They say around 5 in the morning of February 5th, Lil Durk, whose real name is Durk Derek Banks, and his co-defendant Devontae Bennett were seen on camera involved in shooting Alexander Witherspoon, a person police say they knew.
They were hanging out. They went to a studio to make music.
The rapper and Bennett listened to the evidence against them in court. Police told the judge later that night the victim, Banks, Bennett, and others went to a nightclub, a gas station, and ended up in the parking lot of the Varsity. That's when Weatherspoon said he was robbed and shot.
He said his chain was snatched off his neck, and he had $30,000 stolen from him, and they stole the vehicle he was driving.
Police say Banks was seen on tape shooting a gun.
You see Mr. Banks' arm out the window firing several shots at the victim, towards the victim.
Banks' attorney says this is a celebrity witch hunt.
Were it not for the celebrity status of these two individuals, then this would be an aggravated assault.
Durk was out on bond, still dropping music, still climbing the charts, still showing up to court. But the evidence wasn't adding up.
See, Durk thought Von was gonna go along with the play. But see, Von wanted to take it to trial. Durk didn't want to take it to trial. See, Durk was going through withdrawal in that joint. He had to get back to his pills, you understand me? And the fame. So when Von found out he snitched, Von started making it a mission to go at his head. So when Von finally got out, he got on IG. And I'm sure Durk was listening, trying to check his temperature. Check this shit out.
You need to study, telling and respect the motherfucker, you know, because I'm talking to you, telling me, and you telling me, I found out you telling me, I'm gonna treat your ass like you telling.
That boy was realer than the bitch, man. I don't know how he rolled. He coulda had them with the script, but he ain't sugarcoat. He told him what he told. That was my brother, he broke. Gotta act like I don't know. Don't call my phone no more. Now we ain't talking now. And he don't even call my phone no more, cause ain't nothing to talk about. Nigga, you dead wrong, let me on my own, cause you ain't real no more. This shit fucked up, niggas telling on the guys, I don't even wanna drill no more. I don't even wanna drill no more. Now see, being that Von and Durk couldn't talk, or be in the same place together, that was perfect for Durk, cause then he didn't have to be around Von. Because knowing what Von knew, he'd definitely be trying to take his head off. Durk knew those songs was about him, and Von was being very particular of the videos that he was doing. He made sure he got those out first. Durk tried to reach out and talk to Von, but he wouldn't take his calls.
Man, tell me. Yeah. My boy right here.
Ain't nothing to talk about. It's time to expose your ass. So Durk got to think, not to mention he already knew before he left jail that Von wasn't going for that shit. But like I said, he was hoping Von would fall in place and go along with the play. Von knew you couldn't tell who that was shooting on that tape, but a witness said Durk was shooting. The detective didn't bring up nobody else's name on that tape but Durk. So being a nigga that loves fame and is a dope fiend and can't do no jail time, what you think he did? He dropped that Illuminati card, and the rest is history. So Durk nervous, but he also know that Von is coming to the A for his album release party. And it was Top's birthday that night. Little did Von know, the play was already in motion. So they had to find somebody that can identify Von. So who did they go get? Durk's lawyer. See, Von recognized her, that's why he asked for their names. And it was so convenient that due to COVID, we all had to wear masks. Guaranteed if she ain't had that mask on, Von would've knew who she was. Thinking about it from that perspective, now watch the clip.
Trying to search me inside. They talk about let me search your bag out. Let me get y'all ID one more time before I leave.
Take a picture of my bag.
Hey, y'all want to search me for what? It really is space.
Was it too long before the ship began to sink?
See, they let time go by, activating that element of surprise. But grandson felt it the whole time, just didn't know when. Let me tell you what it's like. Fight by the light. In a room with a hype boy, nigga, you don't like. When you see your homie first thing that he gave was a mic, you don't know how it go. Please hope the footage don't show. Court days coming slow. Right about now, that rat bastard Durk is sitting in the cut watching all of this shit. Letting Von build and promote that new album, Welcome to O-Block, because he knows it's stand to make millions, and waiting for that ritualistic date. That's right, they waited till November 6th. Vaughn was unalive 9 days after his father's unaliving.
I wonder when he get out. Who ain't gon' hate with now? Man, this nigga dangerous now. He might end up taking me out. He might end up taking me down. Who feels safe if you around?
The only time we'll be the case, you pull out camera phone.
It left most fans wondering whatever happened to Lil Durk, King Von, and Bezu's case in Atlanta. Well, back in 2021, the victim of the case, Alexander Weatherspoon, would be arrested on federal charges after allegedly stealing multiple identities and using them to fraudulently obtain money in order to purchase various luxurious items. The victim plays a big role in convicting the defendants in a criminal case, so having him in federal custody as well as the chaos that came with 2020 on a global scale.
Then on October 24th, 2022, it would officially be announced that after over 3 years since the original incident at the Varsity happened, the Fulton County District Attorney's Office would drop all of the charges against Lil Durk and Bezu. The Fulton County District Attorney was not shy in stating that King Von would have been indicted for the incident if he were still alive today, which could potentially indicate that Durk's legal team put all the blame of the shooting on Von since he had passed away.
All gas, we don't touch breast. All gas, we don't touch breast.